Hi guys, welcome to the 5th day of Christmas. I'm just getting into a game with this 1200. This is actually the first one of these day of Christmas things I've ever done. What am I doing here? Right. Yeah, so I've done it in a weird order and it's confusing my brain, but the first day is going to be like a 500 rated player and the 5th day is going to be 1200 and then it's going to go all the way up to 2000. I think this is an unrated game, right? Yeah, unrated. We're safe. Can just relax. But yeah, so this series is going to hopefully be like instructional, trying to give some tips to people as we go up the rating ladder. So this 1200 seems to be playing pretty compact so far. I've played this guy a few times before and he said he's 3-0 against me. He's just said in the chat. I think I've won 3 against him. So here, I think we just take this instinctively. Why though? This. He actually takes at the end, so I'm going to have to retreat at some point. Yeah, if I retreat now, there's this central fork. Is there? Yeah, because it's supported by the knight and the rook. So that's, I guess, why I instinctively took, because I sort of realised there was this alignment issue. 2 pieces with a square in between them. And that's a classic, thing you need to get in your heads, guys. Classic forking motif. So, Chestnut Prince. Alright, so can't take this. We have to slide back. But is there still this fork, though? Have I just lost? Because if there's this. I was very flustered out the opening, guys. As you can probably tell by my intro, I was trying to work out what's going on with this new series I'm doing. Right. This. Have I got anything at the end of that? They're just winning a piece. What if this, pinning the knight? That's a bit more interesting. Because now maybe I can take him with a knight to add pressure to the pinned piece, sort of instinctively. Now if this is a check, this hits the queen. Go for the check. So I've managed to find a little a tactic to get me out of that horrible problem in the opening, guys. So I couldn't get rid of his knight, but I could pin it and get my bishop out the danger at the same time. So it removed one of his pieces from the game. Now, if you're ever struggling in the opening or you're behind in development, you should try get a bishop out and pin. It happens in a lot of gambits. If you've taken a pawn but you're behind in development, you should always try and pin because it takes one of their pieces out of the game straight away, and you can always take it off if you need to, if you're in danger, as I'm probably going to do here. So this for the sake of tempo, and then I can get castled. This guy playing really well. If I slide back, maybe this. Do I invite him to overextend his pawns? Maybe he will. And I'll be able to chip away at them. I don't really want to trade off my bishop for a knight. So let's see if he goes for this. I've also got sack ideas. Takes, and I've got this nasty pin. My queen maybe come in here. Yeah. Let me know if you're enjoying this 12 days of Christmas or chessmas idea. Yeah, I had a vague idea that I'd do this series, but I wasn't quite sure what I'd do on each day. But yeah, someone in the comments said play a different subscriber every day, and I think thought that was the best idea. So we just slide back, or do we sack? Sacking seems a little bit premature because the king is well covered up by these pieces. So unless you can see a clear path to getting checks, you probably shouldn't do the sack. So I'm just going to slide back here. Eyeing this pawn. We're a little bit late to castle here, which is one of my weaknesses as a chess player that I'm trying to work on. I'm always a bit cocky leaving my king in the center. I need to really respect my opponent's threats and get my king out. So they slide over, which is a very it's a sly aggressive move because he's gonna come with these pawns. That's what he's saying. So do we just castle? Do I go like that? eye this pawn, but then I hang my bishop. If this, I'm not actually hitting the rook because knight covers, so no, I can't do that. This looks nice centralizing the knight. Also just castling, but maybe this, then that. Let's castle. I said it's my weakness. Let's address that weakness. So they're coming after my bishop now. Good move. Like, he's playing really well, this guy. Maybe now I can... What can I do? Centralize my knight? Maybe. I mean, he's opening up... Like, maybe I can slide my rook over here and attack his king. Like, I think I should be okay. Why am I doing this knight move? To block the queen's effect on the bishop, I guess. Yeah, because I want to get queen here. I think that's a nice square for it, because it could hit this pawn and this pawn at the same time. That's what I'm thinking. It's like a little pawn fork. Maybe they come after my knight, like that. In which case... Alright. So now I can take this way, this, and then I have this little pawn island clump here. Or this takes, and I have this pawn structure like that. They both look alright. Although I think this is a bit more aggressive. Wait. How long have I been hitting this? Okay, so this knight move, I didn't really realize... Yeah, I was sort of getting it to the center so I could play this, but it also opened up my queen here, so I'm hitting the knight now. So I could go like this. If they come back, I'm hitting this pawn. Or just, well... This keeps my bishop on the board. I think this is better. Because now their king just looks like wide open with my queen coming in. And they've got to do like a retreating move now and drop this pawn. So I'm... What am I? Upper pawn here. Maybe 2 in a second. I don't really remember winning that pawn. Oh, it was this pawn early on. I won that. But it came at a big cost, actually, that winning that early pawn. Because he got a lot of activity for it. So, here, I've got to worry about, like, you know, the rook coming, hitting my queen. I just slide back, though. If this, they can take my bishop, but I take the rook. So if this in-between move hitting my queen, this... defending my bishop. It looks a little bit dodgy, like my bishop and queen being stuck together like that. I think I can get away with it. I don't know. Let's see. That's interesting. So, what does that do? Is he trying to... I don't know how he traps my queen, because he can't get the dark square bishop in to trap it. So this, just attacking the rook again. And I'm threatening to just take it. Let's try that. Like X-ray defense between my... I don't get this move, actually. Maybe it was a misclick. Maybe he tried to go here. Yeah. Misclick? It's a very weird move, that rook one. Everything else he's played has been like pretty solid up until now, really. Maybe like dropping a pawn, but you know, reasonable. But that rook move there, it's confused me a bit. So I've got 3 minutes against his 7. Let's get a little sip of water. Oh, he said he didn't misclick. He said he's just playing bad. You're not playing bad, mate. In fact, I've got a bit of a sweat on. I'm getting a bit worried. So I'm liking this diagonal action. I'm just a bit worried they're going to try and trap my queen somehow. So this, you know, looks pretty trappy, but I think I get my queen out here. Bishop trying to, I don't know. He said in the chat, he's playing bad ever since you attacked my knight with your bishop and I pushed my pawn. Lol. So, ever since you attacked my knight with your bishop. So very early on, he thinks that the game slipped away from him since this move, which did save me a little bit. He was crushing up until that point. So I can just take. So this guy. All right, this is something that beginners often struggle with, I think. Not that this guy's a complete beginner, but he's mistaking a neutral position for a bad position because he's not winning. He's uncomfortable and he thinks he's playing bad. When in fact, like a lot of that game was fairly neutral. I know it was maybe a pawn down, but you know, it was already sort of giving up. Got to get away from that mentality, guys, and just recognize when things are just neutral. Like, so if this, I think this just wins. If this, we take the queen. And if this, we take the queen. So, don't know what this just doesn't work tactically because it allows my queen and bishop to just reconnect. And, yeah. And I'm just like up the exchange there, even if this, and we trade down. Aren't I just up the exchange? No. He's saying he wants a rematch, but I think it's probably more instructive to give a full played out game. So how do you convert this one position? So I'm up a rook and a couple of pawns. So this is one of their targets here. So if I push this pawn, the bishop no longer sees this. So what you do when you're up material, guys, you've got to, you know, take stock of the situation and just take a breath and be like, right, okay, we're winning. Let's just not do anything stupid. So I just defend my pawn, bring a rook to the open file, all very like normal things, like very natural moves, but just got to make sure you don't go wild. Because I could have thought, you know, instead of a simple move like this, defending the pawn, I could have thought, right, how do I, you know, I could have started grabbing. Yeah, and they're defending their pawn now. But this maybe is a bit slow for him because he's in a lost position. He needs to get active and do the opposite, get mental. Whereas this maybe is a little bit, yeah, like what's it doing? So we just get pigs on the 7th, hopefully now. I'm getting a little bit low on time, but this should be a comfortable position. So if I can double up the rooks, first thing. And hopefully, like, if I can slide over and bring the other rook, and then that should just be completely won. So they're offering trades, so we just accept. No, we're not even going to think. There might have been a better move in that position, guys, but we're low on time. We just stick to the plan. It's a good plan, and we'll win the game on this plan. So that, and then we can get pigs. Just got to watch out for back rank issues here, because my king's a bit trapped. So this is now mate. Nearly. So we just take, we trade down. We play this to get this. And just restricting their bishop now. 1 minute left. See if we can, maybe this, because this bishop is soon going to be unable to defend this pawn after this move here. So a little like, I don't know, premature attack on the pawn, like getting ready for this. So bang. Looking for any opportunity to just simplify here now. So this coming in 50 seconds. Maybe we go for this. Do we? Take? Yeah, we just sack. We just sack the exchange now and win this pawn. This, so their pawn can never do anything. If he lodges in, I think we're okay with that. Okay, so now we win this and we send this bad boy. This, and we just want to make sure he doesn't like come and win this pawn, because that's his only chance. So this now, and we just send the two pass pawns on the opposite side of the board. And this is pretty horrible for my opponent, who I appreciate you playing this out just for like instructive purposes. So here, yeah, and he's got this square here. Yeah, I didn't want to have like loads of little rematches. I wanted, 12 clean, like full games. So, oh god, clean. Talking about clean. All right, I'm just, take the pawn. He's got this square. King up here. Why do I feel like I'm going to flag here? All right, I'm just going to have to do some pre-moves, guys. So I feel like I'm going to flag. This to promote. Oh, it's almost stalemate. This, oh, wow. Very close on the end there. Giving a little bit too much me talking. But nice to see, is that 0 mistakes, 0 blunders? Cheeky. Okay, let's have a look. I want to see what accuracy that was. It was 0 mistakes. Yeah, but let me know in the comments how you're enjoying this 12 days of chessmas, subscriber battles, and let's just have a look at the accuracy. Might be cheeky here. 93, we like that. All right, like and subscribe, guys. See you next time. Cheers.